Hey there, Soulshine. It's Michelle here, and apparently one of the things that I'm trying out is not working. We'll see how that works in the future. Hopefully it listened and says I'm live and public. I don't know if you can change that while you're on here. I guess not. Okay. Anyway, yesterday for some reason my video recorded saved as private, and so I'm wondering if it even streamed out to everybody while I was doing it. Pretty crazy. Okay, so today I wanted to talk to you about colors, specifically like surrounding yourself with colors or supporting yourself with specific colors. I forgot. I'm Michelle, and I am a Soul Shine specialist, and I am so excited to invite you to wake up and live, and really excited about tomorrow as I am featuring my first guest video. Stuart Carter has recorded an incredible video for me, and I'm still looking for more people who would love to share their videos on my channel. My goal is every Saturday to have a guest video, so if you want to be in it, send me an email. It's, like if you go on my About page, there's an option for sending an email, and you can click in that to get the email address. Okay, so let's talk about colors. Colors. I love colors. You ask me what my favorite color is, I'm going to tell you rainbows with sparkles. And so let's talk about the energy of colors. So every color has an energy with it. Sometimes that color triggers us. A lot of people are triggered by the color red. It's a very powerful color. People can associate it with check marks on their report card, on their papers, and red lights, stop signs say stop. So there's definitely some energy about it. But red is also very supportive color. It's a color that can give power, and people who are predominantly have a lot of red energy going on in their lives, they tend to have a more grounding way of living, a more grounded way of being, and they are they're more organized and more scheduled. So like some of us really could use some red energy, right? So I don't really want to go through and talk about the power of different colors. I just wanted to use as an example to tell you there's positive things with the color and there's negative things with the color. Red can also be a very romantic color, and so there's a lot of different things, and depending on where you live in the world, you may have different ideas and beliefs about the colors. So one of my favorite examples is here in the United States. The color I'm wearing right now, black, is a color that we often associate with grief because it's traditional over here, and in a lot of, I think in almost all, if not all of the European countries, to wear black when you're mourning, when somebody has passed away, you wear black to the funeral. You, like, at one point in time they wore the black armbands. I think that still happens in some places. In some of the books that I've read that were based in a historical time period, like the women would wear black for their wardrobe for 6 months to a year, and then they could go back to wearing their colors. So that's the color of mourning for us, and that's what a lot of times we think of with black is mourning. We think evil, we think, but we can also think elegance. Now, here's the thing about black is, or not black, but mourning. Okay, so in one of the Asian countries, I really need to see if I still have that book or do some research and find out for sure which country it is. When people die, the color that they wear to the funerals and the color that they associate with mourning is actually white. So your culture is going to strongly affect your review of colors. Just be aware of that. If you don't like a color, maybe you have like maybe it triggers something for you. I personally can't think of a color that I don't like. I can think of colors that I prefer over other colors, but I can't think of a color that I don't like. So let's talk about how we can bring in color and support us, even if we don't want to wear the color, because that is one way you can do it. You can wear the color. I was talking to a friend, and she's really awesome helping me gather information for some of my study about color. And so she asked her husband what color supports him and his color, or what color the universe saw. Anyway, that color is red, which he wears when he's exercising and hiking because it gives him strength. So he uses that red to give himself strength. But maybe he doesn't want to wear red everywhere he goes. So I'm going to teach you now a couple of things you can do if you don't want to wear the color, but you can benefit from having the color in your life. Okay, so there's a couple of processes. One, as you're taking a deep breath in, you can imagine red coming in on your breath. And it comes into your body and it fills you. And you can breathe out just energy. You can just breathe out normally, or you can breathe out like the intention that anything the red is sending away will go out on your breath. Okay, I know that was kind of a weird way to word it, but I'm sorry. It's just who I am today. Okay, so breathe in the color that you want, and then you can breathe out nothing, or you can breathe out negative or things that no longer serve you. That's a better way of putting it, right? Okay, and so you can do that a few times until you feel like your entire being, like it fills every cell of your body and in between the cells, and that your entire being is filled with that energy to support you at this time. That is one way to do it. So you can just ask yourself right now, what color do I need? And the color that's coming to me right now is blue. So I'm going to breathe in blue. And I'm going to breathe out. And for some reason, yellow is going out right now. And I'm going to breathe. That's why. I figured out why, because it came to me as I said that. I'm going to breathe in more blue. And sometimes I focus on one area, like right at that time I was focusing on it. It was clearing out my head. And I'm feeling a lot of tension in my back. So I'll breathe in and focus on my back. And that one had brown and yellow with it. So you can just do that until you feel like you're completely filled with the color that you need and the color that supports you. Interestingly enough, the color that I was breathing out is the solar plexus chakra color of yellow. And the color that I was breathing in is the throat chakra of blue. And interestingly enough, those are the opposite of each other. They're the partner chakras. So I think that's just kind of interesting. Now that in this case, it turned out that way. So it's kind of cool. So that's one way to support you. You can ask yourself what color you need. I've done a similar process in going to bed at night. What color do I need to have in my bed to support me? And then I will imagine that my bed is being filled up with that color, and it kind of creates this bubble over it. And every time I do that, I'm able to go to sleep. And I just ask myself, what color do I need in my bed right now? So that leads me to the other idea, and that's, what color do you need to wrap yourself in? Like if you put on a blanket or you put on clothes. So you can imagine yourself stepping into energetic clothes. So, and energetically, I could put on like a pretty blue skirt, because that sounds really nice right now, is to wear this pretty blue skirt, kind of a peasant skirt. And then imagining myself putting on a warm white fuzzy sweater to go with it, like a cashmere sweater. And I can imagine myself putting those on, and nobody else is going to see that I'm wearing these colors, right? But they're going to support me because I know I put these colors on. So that's one way you can put yourself in. You can imagine that you're being wrapped in a blanket of the color. You can also, I just watched a video on this last night. She painted an aura. They were just experimenting with the colors, and the person felt like she needed purple and gold, and they painted her aura, and it strengthened the aura. That was the color she needed to strengthen her aura, and that was really cool. And you can imagine them being painted on the outside of your aura, or you can imagine it getting like energy poured in either to your body through the like top of your head. You can imagine the energy being poured in, or you can imagine the energy being poured in around on your aura. And again, it's just asking yourself, what color do I need today? And then finding a way to bring that in, whether you bring that in energetically or you actually put the colors on your body. Or maybe you pick up a crayon and you color with that energy, whatever supports you. Okay, so whoever came on to watch live, thank you so much for coming. I'm glad you're here. I am getting ready to leave now. So, oh look, that's the color of blue that I was filling myself with earlier. That's really cool. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Remember to let your soul shine big, bright, live, and beautiful. Be you, the you that you were created to be, and give yourself a little boost of color today. I'll see you guys next week. Tomorrow, again, is a guest video from Stuart Carter. Yay!